Hello guys, let's talk today about evaluating expressions. So, evaluate, as you can see, I wrote that evaluate means to solve, right? So, just a big fancy word that means to solve. So, anytime you see that word, you know you need to solve the problem. All right, so make sure you either print the blank copy of your notes and copy the notes down or write the notes into your notebook. So the steps to evaluating algebraic expressions. All right, so remember algebraic expression is an expression that contains numbers, variables, and a constant. So we have a coefficient, which is the number that you're multiplying or dividing by, and we have the terms, the numbers that you're adding or subtracting within the expression. All right, so we substitute the given number for the variables. And then we use the order operations to evaluate the numerical expression. To recap order operations, we start with the grouping symbols. Then we move to the exponents. Then we multiply or divide in order from left to right and add or subtract in order from left to right. All right, so let's look at our examples. All right, so we see here that we have our directions that says evaluate each algebraic expression for A, which equals 3, B equals 2, C equals 5, and D equals 6. So letter A has the expression 9 times A minus 3 times B. So when I think about evaluating expressions, I always think about a basketball team. So on the team, you have 5 members of the team on the court at one time. And then you have others on the bench. So the variables within the expression right now are the players on the court. And the numbers that represent each of these variables are the substitutes, the ones that come in when they get tired and need to sit on the bench to rest. So let's look at 9A minus 3B. So we see we have 9 times A, and A in this situation is 3, minus 3 times B, and in this situation, B represents 2. So then we follow the order operation. So we have 9 times 3, which is 27, minus 3 times 2, which is 6, which gives us an answer of 21. So we substitute 3 for A, we substituted 2 for B, and we got 21. Now, A is not going to always equal 3. 3 is not a designated value of A. Okay? In this situation only, is 3 equal to A. So if you see A in another expression, it is likely to represent a different value. Okay? So don't get caught up in, okay, A is 3 or B is 2. No. Okay? It varies from expression to expression. All right, so let's look at the next example. So we have 4, and then we have parentheses, D minus B plus 6C squared. So let's write this out using substitution. So we're starting with 4 times, number beside parentheses means we're multiplying, D, which is 6, minus B, which is 2, plus C, 5 again, to the second power. All right, so we substitute the numbers for the variables. And then we follow the order operations. So we have 4 times 6, 4 times, not 6, 4 times 6 minus 2, which is 4, plus 5 to the second power, which is 25. Then we follow our order operations again. So we get 4 times 4, which is 16. And then we add 25 to that, and that equals 41. All right. Moving on to example letter C. We have 12 minus 2 variables right beside each other means you're multiplying just the same as you having the number beside the variable. Okay, so we're multiplying B times C. So B is 2 and C is 5 plus, then we have 4 times A times B over D, which is 6. And we did this problem on the order operation, so this may look familiar. All right, so now we have to follow the order operations. So we do the multiplication first, so we would do the 2 times 5 first, okay? And then the 4 times 3 times 2. Then we would do our division, and then we would subtract and then add. So when we do all of this, our answer is 6. Okay, and then our final example in this section, we are multiplying 2 times B to the third power. Now I'm going to put B, or I'm going to put 2, which represents B, in parentheses, because that's the one that's to the third power. Okay, so it's not the 2 on the outside. It's not this 2. It is the 2 that B represents, that is cubed. All right, so minus, and we have in brackets 8 minus C, which is 5, plus A, and that's in brackets. And you may have seen this problem also, so you can refer to your notes in how to follow the order operations to get this answer. All right, so we do what's in brackets first, so we end up having 8 minus 8 inside. Then we have 2 to the third power, which is 8. So we have 2 times 8 minus 0, which is 16. Okay. Now let's look at these 2 examples at the bottom. They want you to identify and correct the error. Okay, so find the error. So looking at this problem, they said that x equals 5 and y equals 4. So let's look at what they wrote. All right, so here we have 6 times x plus y divided by 2. Okay, so they substituted, so they added the letter, the number for the letter here. Okay, and they ended up with the answer of 67, which is not correct. It's not correct because look right here. Right here, they did not multiply by 5. They actually made it a whole number. Okay, so the answer should be 32 if they did the math correctly. If they would have did 6 times 5 plus 4 over 2. Okay, but their error, they made a whole number rather than multiplying the 6 and the 5. All right, let's look at the next one. Okay, so here's the problem that we started with. 2 times x to the second power minus y. Okay, so x is 5, y is 4. All right, so we see that. But look right here. We have 10 to the second power. How do we get 10 to the second power? Well, their mistake was right here. They multiplied 2 times 5 before they did the exponents. So it really should look like 2 times 25 minus 4, which gives us an answer of 46. Okay, So, recap. Evaluating expressions. We substitute a given number for our variable. The variable, I said to think in terms of the basketball team with the 5 players on the court. They represent our variables. And then the numbers come in to substitute for the variables. Okay, so we replace the variables with the numbers and then we follow the order of operations. If you have any questions, be sure to comment on your teacher's Google Classroom page. Thank you.